Which brings me to number 8. I don't actually give homework. Between the other 4 subjects they have at school, students get about 1 to 3 hours of homework per night. And between those homework assignments, extracurricular activities, family time, and whatever else they have going on, I would rather them use the time that they would be doing extra homework for me to take care of something else in their personal life. Also, this puts the responsibility on the student because I've given the students the time at the end of the class to do their homework. If they don't do it, it's on them. Also, not many of my students' parents are experts in the subject that I teach. I don't want my students to rely on Google to help them do their homework. I'm sure in your county or state you're required to give some kind of homework or at least put in a homework grade in your grade book. Here's a secret. In your state or county, they don't know what's going home in terms of homework. Anything could be homework. So why not make an assignment in class? Try it out. Take some time at the end of the class to have them do their homework with you. You will be there to help them personally so they don't get it wrong. It saves them time at home, it saves them errors and or possibly cheating using something else. Number 9, a good teacher listens to their students. I'm not saying listening to them when they're answering a question you've given them, even though you should, but what they're talking about when they're in groups or walking through the hallway in between classes. If you listen to the chatter as you're walking through the hallways, this will be a good indication if something big happened at school that day. And maybe you can prevent that big something from coming into your classroom by addressing it before it happens. All this information is vital to know what your students are into, what they like, and what they don't like. At the end of your class, as you're walking your students to the next class, this is a good time to listen to see if the lesson actually went well. And if you've built up that trust, this is a really good time to ask them what they thought about the class. Now, a lot of students are going to give you some arbitrary answer. Then sometimes they might not want to upset you, and they'll say nothing. But the students you've built the trust with will give you that good positive feedback you need to know, and without hurting your feelings. And don't be offended. The students are trying to express what they thought about the class. They might tell you that it was a bad lesson because you've rushed through it, and a lot of people didn't get it. And it's that time just to pump the brakes and just think about it. If a lot of kids are saying it, it's probably true. But why take it from me? Listen to what these students have said about what they think is a good teacher.
To be a good teacher is to take the time and make sure your student is doing well.
Go ahead.
A good teacher knows their stuff and they're very well educated.
Goes out of their comfort zone to accommodate to all of their students.
They make learning fun.
They care about their students' success.
Wanting your students to succeed.
They want them to succeed, so they help them.
Good teachers, they listen to their students.
They have connections with their students.
When you connect with your students and actually talk to them, you build a relationship with them.
Having that one teacher I can rely on to talk to on a daily basis.
Push your students to like levels they didn't know they had. Like a good coach for sports, I guess, yeah. They're not moody.
They understand the student, so they're
Yeah, you can see them out in public without like hiding your face or like ducking because like you don't want them to tell your parents.
They actually want to teach kids something and want them to take away, like, to go away from school with more knowledge.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
And finally, number 10. At the end of the day, a good teacher leaves it all at school.